Guys, it is time. We just covered this game yesterday, Star Wars Outlaws. And we were excited for this game. This game looked really good. The storyline trailer looked pretty decent. The gameplay looked fun. It looked like an open world, interesting game. However, guys, I want you to know, unfortunately for all of us, the game is officially dead in the water. Ubisoft has announced the monetization for Star Wars Outlaws. They've announced how we can buy Star Wars Outlaws and what editions there are for Star Wars Outlaws. And Ubisoft decided to take what looks to be good game. They decided to bend down that good game right in front of it, hit it over the head with a blackjack, pull out their fucking gun, and shoot it in the head. They have just shot Star Wars Outlaws in the head, and they've killed it. And let me tell you why. There are 4 additions to playing the game. There's a standard edition, which is monetized at $70. So that's not too big of a deal. Standard games now for AAA games are a lot of times $70. While I'm not a big fan of that, I understand it. So this is the only non-egregious thing here. So if you do end up buying the game, guys, only buy the standard edition. But what they also released was the Gold Edition. The Gold Edition gives you 3 days early access, which I hate. I hate this type of deal. They love to do this. Oh, it gets deeper, Watcher. It gets deeper. It gets worse. Oh, man. Oh, anytime you think Ubisoft has done the worst yet, you're like, nah, bitch. We got worse. We got worse to do. 3 days early access. This is a practice done by many AAA companies. I'm not a big fan of this happening anytime. But, you know, this happens. It sucks that it happens. I hate that it happens. But this happens with a lot of games. This has not even killed the game. This is just the start. And then they have added to this higher edition, the Gold Edition. They have day one DLCs. When you buy the standard edition of the game, you don't even get the full game, guys. You get only a part of the game. You have to, in order to get the full game, with 2 major quests that are going to be released, one of which is at start. Jabba's Gambit. You don't even meet Jabba the Hutt until you get the Gold Edition. However, it gets worse, boys. It gets worse. What is the price for such a Gold Edition, one may ask? It is $110 from $70 in order to get the exclusive mission, the 3 days early access, the season pass. You have to pay $40 extra. It is over $100. It is $110. But wait, guys. It gets even worse. They decided that this is not nearly enough. They wanted to go one step further. Sorry, my music was too loud. They decided to make another version for $20 more, where you can get the season pass, but you also get the you get cosmetics. You get cosmetics for your spaceship. You get cosmetics for your character. You get cosmetics for your speeder bike. You get cosmetics for your little dog, Nix, who's adorable. You have another one for another set of cosmetics. You get 2 sets of cosmetics. Why is it not 1 set of cosmetics? You know why? Because they want to monetize this as well. And you get the digital art book for another $20. So $130 total for the Ultimate Edition. This is without a doubt one of the most expensive Ultimate Editions for any game that I've ever seen. And it still locks everything for like the extra quests and everything behind a paywall. So now you have to pay this paywall in order to do this. It used to be a season pass was something that you would buy with a game. And it would basically be like you know, for example, Witcher 3. Witcher 3 came out with a season pass. Witcher 3, you would buy the base game and you would buy the season pass. And it would be in the future, if you trust the company CD Projekt Red, you would buy the season pass. And the season pass would be like fully fledged big DLCs that were going to come out down the road and basically kind of assure like that there was going to be good content coming up in, you know, a year or 2 years or whatever. That was how these season passes used to work, right? Not anymore, because now at launch, the season pass is a paywall. And it's because of Ubisoft. This is really, really egregious. Not only that, guys, it gets worse. Now, this is a very insidious thing. And I noticed this because I'm someone who's been in the gaming landscape since I was like 3 years old. That's like 30 years. And I also know this because I work in business and I know how these fuckers act. I know what they do. I know their fucking game. And that's why I ran about this often, so I can tell you this game. What they do is sometimes very, very sneaky shit. What is this last tab, you may ask, guys? You're like, wait a second. Why is there a last tab here? Why does it have a nice little shiny blue eye-catching border around it? God, I wonder what this is. I wonder what this is. Yeah, I'm a gaming landscaper, true. This this extra little tab here is the Ultimate Edition that is basically the Ubisoft Game Pass. It is basically saying pay $18 a month, which is a premium, which is easily higher than pretty much, I think, every other Game Pass, if I'm not mistaken. And you can play all the other Ubisoft games and, you know, pay for, get all the access to the game. That's the Game Pass. Yeah, this is the Ubisoft Game Pass. However, this is very insidious. Why? You're like, maybe, Corgi, paying for $18 in order to pay for the game for a month, play the game for a month, and then, like, stop to play it, maybe this is a better idea. No, this is bad. They're trying to make it look like a great idea. They're putting it next to $130 because they don't expect a single person in their right fucking mind to pay $130 for the Ultimate Edition. They're basically showing you shit in order to shovel you less bad tasting shit. You're still eating shit, but they're trying to make the shit taste better. This is why when you see a bundle on the Blizzard store for Diablo 4, it has like $20 of premium currency with the $70 bundle of like, you know, useless fucking cosmetics that are completely overpriced. You're like, well, you know, I'm getting $20 extra of premium silver currency, so it's not so bad. That it's not so bad feeling that they're trying to instill in you. That is the exact reason this is set up in this way. They're trying to make this shit and this shit look, smell, and taste so bad just so you take a spoonful of this less worse. This is like shit with like honey drizzled on top. That's why this is put in this exact manner. Do not fall for it, guys. This is exactly the one. You know why? Do you know why subscription services are so popular these days? You know what's funny? I can't even buy printer ink for my printer. I cannot go to the store and buy the individual printer ink packages because HP, in their loveliness, I hate them dearly, but I had no real choice in the matter. My dad and my family and company wanted to go with HP, so I had to go with HP for their printer. They don't sell you ink individually for this particular printer. What they do sell you is a subscription for ink. The reason is it guarantees their sales. With guaranteed sales, they're able to put it down as guaranteed sales for their quarterlies and their stocks. And also, anytime you have a subscription, you're almost certainly going to forget to pay that subscription. There's like a solid percentage of guaranteed sales as soon as someone does a monthly sub to anything. They kind of forget to cancel it, even when they don't want to use it anymore. And that is why you see a subscription with so many things now. Now, certain subscriptions are just good deals. Like Xbox Game Pass is one of the best deals in gaming. However, the Ubisoft Game Pass is not nearly that level. Also, here is the last insidious part to this, and then we can, openly discuss it. You're buying a month's worth, right? So say you're like, man, I'm going to pay $18, play the Ultimate Edition, play through it, and then I'm just going to leave it. First of all, a lot of people will forget to cancel their subscription, which is what they're counting on. Second of all, the season pass of all the content that comes with this after launch will not be out for the first few months. So what they're counting on is that you end up subbing to Ubisoft Plus until the content for the season pass, which is a big part of the price jump. You don't even get access to that until months and months down the road. And by then, you've been subbed to Ubisoft Plus for like fucking 3 months, 4 months straight. Maybe even longer. Maybe the second DLC won't even come out for a year. You don't even know. And by then, they've been laughing to the bank with 18 times at least 6, if not 12. So like close to $250 extra. That is why this is so insidious. That is the level of insidiousness of this. So I want you to know, no matter what, no matter how good this game felt like it was going to be in terms of its story, in terms of, hey, this is cool. We get a female Han Solo. We get like a cool rebellion story. We get some good action. It's going to be pretty open world. The graphics look pretty good. It doesn't matter at all. Ubisoft decided to screw over the entire game via the monetization yet again. They've done this time immemorial. They've done this with Assassin's Creed Valhalla. They've done this with countless other games. They screwed over the post-game launch for many, many games. And also, so this actually compounds upon itself. Because of these boneheaded decisions and because of this greed, this game is going to fail. Even if you like this game and you buy the standard edition, enjoy it. But please know that in a year or so, when the sales of this game come out, you will realize that this game sold at a fraction of what it could have sold at. Because if this game didn't have egregious monetization, people would buy it. People would buy it in droves. And as a result, if it's a good game, and as a result, there would be DLCs later on down the road, or maybe a sequel, or whatever, and it would be fine. But because of this greed, they've essentially kneecapped any of the day one sales. And because of this, they're probably not going to actually come out with the DLCs. I'm calling it now. The DLCs that they have planned right now, if this game fails at launch like I expect it to, financially, they will not actually end up having DLC launches 6 months, a year down the road, or anything like that. Because the sales of this game were so bad. They'd be like, oh, the game failed. No, the game failed because maybe not even being a bad game. The game will end up failing because, because it had its kneecaps broken from the absolute dog shit monetization that Ubisoft has saddled it with. This is yet another example of Ubisoft killing and what could have been a decent game. I know I will not be buying this game. I might end up getting maybe the game on sale for like $20 a month down the road when they realize their sales projections are absolute horseshit and they're desperately clamoring back to make some money back. I might buy the game then and at least play through the story because the story looked pretty cool. But I am not going to buy this game at full price. I would recommend no one buys this game at full price, and I would recommend no one buys this game, period. Because frankly, fuck Ubisoft for doing this. A $40 jump for the gold edition, for a barely available season pass, for game locked day one quests that are locked for 3 days early access, which everyone is going to feel FOMO and trying to get. Dude, they're doing every single monetization gimmick in the book to try to make you buy the game. They're doing every single one to hit you with the greed. Every single one. And you know what? Fuck Ubisoft for doing this, man. Straight up fuck Ubisoft for doing this. I will absolutely cover this game in great detail. I'll cover the financials as soon as the game launches, and as soon as it fails, I'll cover every single bit of news so I can give you guys the best news in here. Because I hate seeing this, and I want this game. I want anytime a company does this dog shit monetization, anytime they add pay to win, anytime they add pay for convenience, anytime they add egregious monetization, I will cover it here. And I will give you the God's honest truth, and I will give you the no cap explanation of what is going on. Because I hate seeing this shit, and I want it to change. And I'm definitely going to add my voice to trying to fix this situation. But yeah, that's my little rant. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Star Wars Outlaws has been completely kneecapped by Ubisoft's greed. I was very worried that something like this was going to happen. I was excited after the trailers. I was excited for the character. I was excited for the semi post rebellion world. Rebellion versus Empire was like the area of the world and everything like that. It was really, really cool. And I was excited for the storyline, but not anymore. Really, this is a giant kneecap to the entire game. This is a giant kneecap to Star Wars fans, and I am actually. I didn't expect Ubisoft to screw over the game this badly. I will say I expected it to be pretty bad, but I didn't expect it to be this badly. Yeah. Positive things from your rant right there. There you go. Oh, you cancel your Nintendo Plus subscription? Yeah. Like, they do the same shit there, Dr. Harm. Do you know why they are... Nintendo is actually a great example of trying to force FOMO and force a subscription model. They have made it so the only way you can basically legally play their games that they have, never touched or canceled, essentially in the past, 20 years, all the old classics from NES, from Super NES, and so on and so forth. Anytime there's an emulator that comes out, they basically sick their dog lawyers against any random person trying to showcase their games or anything like that. And the reason is they want you to play their games via Nintendo Switch subscription, and that is it. And it is only that small subsect of games. It is only their small allowed subsect of games. They don't even showcase all their games. If they did, shit, I would actually pay for a Nintendo subscription myself. But they don't do that. And all they do is a small subsect of games, and they force you to buy that subscription because you are officially not allowed to play their games in any way except that one way. That is how they get you. That is how they get you. So yeah, Pimsta, how you doing, my friend? Welcome, welcome. It's good to see you. I hope you enjoyed the rant. Diablo 2 on Switch needed their online sub to play it. Yeah. Yep. Exactly. That is exactly how they get you, Dr. Harm. That is exactly how they get you. They entice you with the N60. Oh, you can play, if you get the upgraded Nintendo Switch subscription, you can play N64 games, but only 10 of them. And they're going to pick the dog shit ones, and maybe 1 or 2 good ones. And anytime you lose that subscription, you lose all of your ability to play those games. Even though they're fucking 40 years old. Not 40, but almost 40 years old. But yeah. I mean, look, I'm glad that they're adding to it, Lana. That's really good. However, the fact remains is that they made it a necessity. They're basically forcing you into a funnel to buy the games. To buy access to the games, while also saying that no one else is able to, even the games that are not on that system, you're not allowed to have an emulator for it. And if you do make an emulator, if you do showcase an emulator or something, their lawyers will come after you and basically make your life a living hell. You could owe your future money to them. You could owe your future paychecks to fucking Nintendo. There was a guy who created a Nintendo emulator, and it was a really good emulator, and he was sued by Nintendo for doing so, and he has to pay Nintendo for the rest of his life. Every single time he gets a paycheck, he has to pay Nintendo. It's horrific. It's draconic. It's really, really bad. They can do that? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Baby Mouse, if say if Joe let's make up a character. Joe. He creates an emulator for Super Nintendo games. There's a reason a lot of emulators that are out right now have a very limited or no Nintendo games at all. It's because everyone's afraid of Nintendo. Because Nintendo's lawyers are fucking psychotic. Nintendo is psychotic. For even legitimate things, they sue you. For even legitimate things that they are not allowed to sue you for, they sue you. And they brute force the lawsuit because they're Nintendo and they fucking can. And they have more resources than you. So no matter, even if you're legally right, they will outlast you in court. That they do this shit all the time. But yeah, say Joe makes an emulator, Baby Mouse Amelia. Emulator showcases Nintendo games. It's a Nintendo emulator. Nintendo catches wind of it. They find out who Joe really is. Joe on the internet is John Jones, who lives at, some address or whatever. And so they serve him with a lawsuit. He goes to the lawsuit. He loses the lawsuit. If he loses the lawsuit, Nintendo can say, you owe us $5 million in damages. Some exorbitant money. $5 million, $10 million in damages. John Jones doesn't own like fucking $10,000. How can he pay that much money? What they do is they basically, what's the term called? Fuck, I can't remember the legal term. Wage garnishment. Yeah, it's called a wage garnishment. So basically, you owe your future earnings, like a portion of your future earnings, every single paycheck now to Nintendo. So John Jones, at that point, he couldn't pay up front, so he has to pay in the future. And basically, it's kind of like a layaway, except instead of, having a layaway for like a TV that you want, and you're paying in installments for a TV or whatever, you're instead paying to Nintendo a lawsuit that you really shouldn't have been, served with in the first place. Yeah, that's how it works. That's how it works. It's fucking dog shit. It's absolute dog shit. Silver Retriever, welcome to stream, buddy. We were just doing a rant about Ubisoft, and that turned into a rant about Nintendo as well. Mainly because we were talking about subscriptions. But yeah, they do all of these things so you can have more incentive to buy their dog shit subscription service. That's the full circle. That's the great circle right there. But yeah, I just want to give you that information. It's a terrible practice. I hate it. They've kneecapped the new Star Wars game. It's fucking dog shit. And it's really sad because the game actually looked pretty good. I'm still going to put up the video about the trailer. And then I will subsequently also put up this video as well, directly linked to it. Because everyone should know what Ubisoft is trying to pull here and how they've screwed over all of the game developers as well. By the way, I want you to know, the people making the game, it's not their fault. This is pure Ubisoft executives being complete asshats, greedy sons of bitches, money-grubbing whores, and trying to steal your money. This is exactly what they're doing, and they're ruining yet another possibly good game by doing this. It doesn't matter how good or bad the game is at this point. The game is going to fail. This is basically ensured that this game is going to fail at launch. It's so sad. It's so sad to see. But yeah, that's my rant. I hope you guys liked it. We talk about these things often on here. So if you like this, check out the YouTube, give it a like, give it a sub, and enjoy our future content. I rant about these things often. I also talk about lots of good stuff as well. We talk about lots of lovely, lovely things like indie games. We showcase indie games. We have a great time in the stream chat. We're doing a giveaway right now. So !join the giveaway, and say hi to our YouTube chat. There you go. Take care, guys.